So here. So this video is going to be a little bit about attention spans. So if you look at the modern world and you look at the people around us, a lot of people have attention spans that are absolutely, in my honest opinion, awful. They can't stay focused for too long, whether it be things like studying, watching YouTube videos, or reading books. And I always ask myself, well, why is that? And I was a bit like that when I was younger. And I realised one important thing. Our attention spans are gradually getting slower and slower as the days go on. And the reason for that, social media. You look at all the stuff that's around us, people are consistently, it's a bit like this, glued to their phones. And all these things coming out like Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook. Well, at one point I didn't even know what Snapchat or TikTok were up until very recently, and it just makes me wonder like why people are so invested into this shit when you could be investing your time elsewhere. It's like, do people not want better lives? I think what a lot of people hope for is they want a really good life. They dream of having a really good life, but then they end up just going and doing this stupid shit. Social media. So another thing that I've been trying to do recently is, as soon as I get up, I don't try and look at my phone too much, and that used to be a huge problem for me back in the day. Because whenever I used to get up, I used to look at my phone, and that was it, and then go to work, and then when I come back and I feel like doing anything else. But now when I come back from work, unless it's been a really long shift, I actually feel like wanting to be productive and doing things. So one of the things is recording these YouTube videos. Right, back in the day I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have even studied for my exams. That's how horrible it would have been. And I just think to myself, if people were to get off their phones a little bit, or their laptops, whatever, tablets, and slowly gradually reduce the usage of these things, that actually people would be in a much better place, and people would unknowingly be a lot happier. But I think our problem with our society is a lot of this we don't have the knowledge of, or a lot of people are unaware of what's actually going on. And another thing that I would like to point out is another thing that I think is potentially making this occur is the food we have in our bodies. If you look nowadays, you have stuff like donuts and cereals and, you know, all sorts like chocolates that people are putting into their bodies, and all of this is like soft food that just calms your body. I mean, I recently have been looking at the ingredients list for a lot of the foods, and I'll see stuff like citric acid and dextrose, and I mean, some of the stuff I can't even pronounce, and I'm thinking, if I can't pronounce it, there's no way in hell that many people will be able to. And then I think, why? And I think it must be them ingredients that make the food so addicting, because when you make the food at home yourself, it's never as nice. Ever wondered that? Why it's not? And I think that also potentially has something to do with the attention spans. We get lazy having this food, and then we don't feel like wanting to do anything and not wanting to accomplish anything. And I think that's wrong for people, especially people my age. I'm around 25, where we should be ambitious. We should be aiming for like big things in life, but instead we're all just aiming for like little things, and we think that's going to make us happy, but in reality that gets us nowhere. So I'll see you on the next video.